he the carrier guy? Was he really big on carriers, or am I
feel like he's the carrier guy now.
Oh, okay.
We see him taking carriers so much that I even like poked my head into his stream like a week ago, and he was going carriers there, and I'm like, man, this guy just likes carriers. STORK, this is one of the players that I think probably optimized the game better than anybody else. Like, I remember if I could get my hands on a STORK replay a million years ago, I would figure out, okay, like I can actually cut a worker here, or like I want to get this, a few seconds earlier, stuff like that. And he's been consistently around top 4, top 5 in the olden days of StarCraft 1. He is not as good, I would say, now. He obviously had a great run in StarCraft 2 as well, and was considered one of the best coaches.
Yeah, it's actually kind of an interesting thing that I think a lot of people
I feel like we don't talk about it that much.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like coaches in general kind of lost their... I mean, we don't even really see them anymore, but like that's basically... It was just during the Pro League days, right? You don't hear about coaches, especially compared to like other team games like CSGO or other things where it's like the coach is literally on the broadcast behind the players the whole time. Well, that's not the thing with StarCraft 2, really.
I think it... before we get too deep in this game, I think one of the reasons why... it's like that is that back in the day you had to like recreate a PC cafe basically in order to have a team house that could practice, and people couldn't play online the same way. So you had to have coaches, and then a lot of the players are very young, so they'd be chaperoned by a coach that could bring them to the events and make sure they're eating healthy and or they're not traveling alone. Getting lost in a foreign country at an overseas tournament. But I feel like now with StarCraft, it's kind of changed into more free agents. Everybody streams and everybody's older.
Yeah.
So I think that's also why we don't talk about coaches, is that they're not really around as much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just looking at this right now. Does STORK think he's playing Brood War? Or like he's playing, like this is a crazy build he's throwing out here as a StarCraft 2 Protoss.
His brain was like, he's clearly playing StarCraft 2 Protoss, but did like put his buildings like it was StarCraft 1.
I mean, even his order, he went next. Yeah. He went gate Nexus before any gas, and is now streamlining Zealots across the map. Like these StarCraft 2 Zealots are not the same as Brood War Zealots, I think. I mean, to be fair, I haven't played much of the mod to know exactly what the interactions are going to be, but I mean, with a bunker already finished, I'm not quite sure what a single Zealot is going to do here. I mean, yeah, look at that damage. All the shields are already gone. He's not even going to be able to run away. Just walks up, like, oh, what? Wait, you have units? Wait, what?
Yeah,
you're not supposed to do that.
This looks like one of those moments where you're learning an RTS, and you're like, well, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's clearly not something that's going to work.
This SCV is still scouting everything as well, because I mean, does he even make any? No, the Stalker is not quite done yet. Okay, we'll be able to kill off that SCV. Not like there's anything to scout, though, because there's no tech follow-up. It's just going to be probes and a couple of units here. We got Warp Gate coming out as well, as thankfully STORK did. Remember, that is a thing that can happen in StarCraft 2, so won't be messing that up. Kira, on the other hand, is going to be going for factories, of course, as you know, as everyone knows, especially if you're an Artosis fan. You will never see bio in this matchup in Brood War PvP.
Oh, it's funny. This was like a problem when Brood War came out as the expansion pack. People forget Brood War is an expansion pack. There was actually a StarCraft where there was no medics and lurkers, and Dark Templars were not in the multiplayer. They were only in the campaign. But people basically thought that originally bio was busted and that nothing could stop it because you had stim and then you had the medics that would sustain stuff. And then it was like, no, Protoss can actually beat it with almost anything. And then it was a question of, is the matchup actually fair? Did Blizzard mess up and make a version of the game that doesn't work? And then it turns out Terran don't even want to go bio. They want to just make factory units. Yeah. I feel like Artosis just rolled over in his bed while he's sleeping in Canada right now. He's like, oh, Mac. This is going to be Speed Vultures coming out here. It's funny because I don't see a tank. Am I missing something?
Yeah, there is no tank. It's just going to be constant Vultures coming out. And there's already a wall-off on the ramp here, so I mean, the damage is pretty decent from the Vultures, and they're extremely fast with the upgrade, so they will easily be able to chase down these Stalkers out in the middle of the map. STORK definitely was overstaying his welcome in that regard. We'll be able to lose all of these, and he has not actually walled this off. I was going to say there is a wall here. Wow, but the damage should be enough to be able to actually kill it off, so it doesn't actually matter. The probes are going to have to be forced to pull to get everything. That's actually a nice surround of the first I almost called it a Viking, a Vulture. And we'll be able to dissuade that for now. Getting a Chrono Boost to get the next Stalker out as well. The Zealots are actually pretty decent against these the Vultures if they actually get on top of them, surprisingly.
It's so hard to wrap my head around these fights.
Yeah.
Because normally Vultures fight Dragoons, and Dragoons are just like really, really beefy, so the Vultures almost don't do damage to him. They
Yeah.
might even heal the Dragoons, I'm not totally sure. But yeah, it does seem like Stalkers are just more brittle units.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they are not exactly known to be the most the beefy units. I mean, they have the blink upgrade, of course, is their counter, the trade-off in that regard, where they're allowed to blink back and then regen some shields and whatnot, maneuverability instead of full-on tankiness. So, I mean, there's enough Stalkers out here right now, though, that these Vultures won't be able to do too much more, as they're over here now, checking to make sure there's no third base getting taken. But Stork doesn't really seem like he actually wants to take a third base anytime soon. He's actually going into a Dark Shrine, which will actually immediately get scouted. So that's actually extremely unlucky. Cure, fully aware of it. Oh, there is a pylon blocking, so very nicely done by Stork.
StarCraft 2 pylons are so bad. They're like Vultures are just blowing up all the shields immediately.
Yeah, he does have Blink, so we will be able to keep some of these Stalkers away. And we'll be able to actually chase down these Vultures as well. We'll be able to get quite a few kills. So a bit of an overextension for Cure. Maybe went in a little bit too early. Should have maybe waited for those Stalkers to get more across the map.
So this War Prism's going to come out. Does he have scanners? Yeah, he does.
Yep. He
has one scan. Yeah.
Although the DT Shrine, yes, okay, we'll be finishing up. We got 2 DTs coming in here. Stork also with a forward pylon. I'm not sure what this is going to do, because that's going to be a slow war pylon. Oh, mine's getting placed all around the top. Oh my god, he's blinked right at all of them. Oh my god. Sorry, I hit the mouse away. Holy crap, that was just the worst thing you've ever seen. Oh my god, he lost everything. That was terrible. Oh,
That's
god.
about as bad as it gets.
Oh my god. And this was a 2-base all-in, too.
Yeah.
That wasn't like some attempted pressure or anything. That was just blinking every unit. Where did the DTs go? Did they also just drop down and died?
I guess I think they got blown up.
Oh my god.
It's funny because, you know, I guess in StarCraft 2, Protoss, you can always get in their main easier. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's why we always see these, like, Observer Stalker blink timings where they come in and, like, try to kill the tech lab before Stim's done. But I guess, you know, Spider Mines come out early enough that you're actually putting yourself at risk if you blindly blink in somewhere if you don't have an Observer.
Yeah, you need that Observer forward to be able to do anything like this. We're attempting to do some little blink back micro from the Stalkers. We'll be able to get some of these mines and Vultures, but the tanks are completely left alone here. This is so many tanks. I don't even know if he has siege mode. Yes, he does. Okay, he did research that. So we will be able to start sieging this down, and that's going to deal a lot of damage against everything here for Stork, and this is looking absolutely abysmal.
Yeah, I think this may be the end of the game. There's an Immortal being made. Obviously, that's going to be pretty good versus what the Protoss mech has, but I just think with the reinforcements and the fact that there's actually a mining third base. Oh my god.
That's just a full-on 3-base economy out of the Terran here. Yep, that's looking like it's going to be a solid win for Cure.
Yeah, Stork, he actually had a pretty interesting opening here, but Cure, I mean, this is very straightforward. This is how you play PvT in StarCraft 1, minus the fact that he didn't get, like, at least one tank at the start.
Immortal's going to try to do something. Oh my god!
Oh, StarCraft 1 tanks. The Immortals
moly.
never experienced that kind of damage.
Jesus.
Wow.
That was something.
Okay. Is Liquipedia right now?
Let's
or is
find out.
Is it now fake news?
I need to refresh.
I was really excited when I saw Team Liquid tweeted out the event.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. What is it at now?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, it's right. So that means up next we've got Trap versus TY. So it's Team A with a 2-1 lead right now in this best of 5.